Hello everybody, my name is Xu Jiang. I'm an accounting faculty member at Duke. Today I'm going to provide an introduction for a series of modules on accounting theory that I'm going to provide later on. So why am I doing this? I'm mostly an analytical researcher. I also do empirical research. Over the years, I noticed increasing demand to incorporate theory into empirical research. Sometimes people even want toy models to motivate empirical research questions. However, most of the schools do not offer accounting PhD classes in theory, possibly because most of the schools do not have accounting faculty members specializing in theory research. So the purpose of the modules is twofold. First is to provide an introduction to theory for empiricists who are interested in understanding theory, who want to consume theory, and who want to apply theory in empirical research. The second is to provide a foundation or building blocks for students interested in doing theory research to pursue more advanced topics in the future. I'm going to talk about 6 topics organized into 6 modules. In the first module, I'm going to provide an introduction to theory. Then I'm going to talk about traditional models of capital markets, in particular how prices are formed, as well as how disclosure affects various capital market outcomes. Module 2 is going to build on Module 1. One of the key insights of Module 1 is that prices contain information. So it is natural to assume that managers want to learn such information from prices. This is the key assumption underlying the feedback effects literature that we're going to talk about in Module 2. In Module 3, I'm going to talk about agency problems. You probably have heard about the term agency problems many times, but there are different types of agency problems and different ways of modeling them. This is the focus of Module 3. In Module 4, I'm going to talk about how managers communicate information to the market. Because managers and market have different objective functions, that generates some interesting insights in how managers disclose information to the market. This is the focus of Module 4. Module 5 is going to build on Module 4. In Module 4, we know that managerial disclosure affects capital market pricing. However, managers care about capital market prices. So managerial disclosure is going to, in turn, affect the manager's real decisions through capital market pricing. This is what we call the real effects of accounting disclosures. And this is the focus of Module 5. In Module 6, we're going to talk about the emerging literature on information processing costs. In Modules 1 through 5, we assume that people have infinite information processing capacity and can process perfectly whatever information is available to them. This assumption is clearly not satisfied in reality. In Module 6, we're going to incorporate information processing costs and see what different insights this may generate. We're also going to talk about a particular way of modeling information processing costs, rational inattention. So how are the modules structured? First, you need to understand the details of the model, including how the model is set up and how the software model. So you need some basic understanding of the math tools. I'm going to talk about that, and you can pick up more advanced tools later. This is very similar to an empirical class. When you learn about the basic empirical methodologies in your class, and you pick up more advanced tools later on. More importantly, you also need to understand how the details of the models lead to big picture takeaways, the so-called intuition. You need to understand how the intuition works. You also need to be able to explain intuition in plain language. So I'm going to go through different topics, show you how intuition works in different models, and hopefully help you understand the intuition. Those are short modules, so there are topics we do not cover. For example, we do not cover banking, we do not cover analysts. And also because those are short modules, there are details that are omitted in the modules. If you want to learn more details, here at Duke, we offer a theory school in the summer of every even year. For example, the summer of 2022, 2024, and so on. You can check the website in the slides to find out the topics covered in the most recent summer school. If you have any questions regarding the modules or the summer school or theory in general, feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.